Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we grow up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow, comment live, or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
And black screen, you're on black. Welcome, and you're far back, but I don't know, Casey. You have like a whole bunch of stuff going on here.
It's a good try, though.
It is, and he's also on.
We got an effort going there.
The camera, you have to take it. I won't explain. Just don't move it because it's going to go in and out.
You and I look very far away.
This is going to be funky. This shot. He didn't take off the auto zoom.
He's going to have to go take it off.
No, I can't do it now.
We can play morning snooze and we can fix it.
Anyway, good morning. We're going to move on.
Morning to you.
I have a new definition to life.
Which is?
I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to take a piss stop something happens.
Really?
Not going to do it.
You told me yesterday old school stops and goes all over again.
No, can't. The ship has left. Yeah. And I heard a saying yesterday, you don't get on the Titanic as it's going down and scream at the iceberg. You don't do that. You know what that means?
No,
don't blame somebody else?
No, you don't scream at the iceberg, meaning it happened. Why are you screaming at an iceberg? You have to define how you're going to survive. So I'm taking that philosophy.
Really? Well, who gave you these words?
I saw it on.
I was going to say, they kind of don't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not liking that
analogy. It makes a lot of sense.
This is why you and I work so well together. You're talking about a sinking Titanic. I was going to tell you, I watched Ted Lasso last night, and they said, what do you do when you get to the top of the mountain?
You look for a higher mountain?
You shine your light.
Oh.
You see, I told you Titanic and all you heard was sinking.
Yes.
Not surviving.
No. Who survived on the Titanic?
A few people.
Rose did.
Oh.
Rose did, exactly. Rose did.
I think Sally did too.
She might have.
She might have. But the object of the game is to survive.
No, because I canceled a show yesterday.
Which
I didn't cancel the show. It started and I went cut. You know, your little famous thing.
We did.
I was impressed. It's not my famous thing. It's the right way to do things. Boy, how far are we? We are in another country.
We moved all the chairs yesterday. Well, no, actually we had production and then we moved them. I don't know what we did.
I don't like this angle.
Hurt.
Why don't we take a commercial break and reset?
No,
that's what I said.
You just talked about keep
That's
going.
what I said, and you said no. You keep going.
It keeps getting further and further away.
It's fine.
Hey!
Are you on the Titanic? Because I'm climbing the mountain. This is what the funny thing is about you and me. We're always at opposites. You're sinking. I'm rising.
No, I'm
Sail
not.
the ship up.
I'm not sinking.
Good. No more Titanics
Listen,
on
I'm
you.
going to tell you something. I saw All Good Men with, what's his name? He has that conversation with the guy from Mission Impossible, and he's in the military. You can't handle the truth. Remember that movie? And he said to him, he was saying to him, there's a wall. Military is a wall, and you need me on that wall to guard that wall. And he says, and if it isn't for me to give you all the freedom of the questions you're asking me, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to ask those questions. And you're going to ask me whether or not what I do is right or wrong? So I'm going to tell you something. I ain't sinking.
Good.
I'm going this way.
Good.
The problem is, how many people are going to be able to come with me? So you will decide your fate there, Missy Fool.
I'm coming. Josh is coming. Curly's coming.
I was going to say, I feel like the Titan right now.
Why?
Don't scream at me.
Oh, you're sinking? Yeah, you totally changed the production yesterday. We got to take that one down. Mm-hmm. We got to get in and take that old one down from last night.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
The show that had turned off their mic when they went live. There was no audio.
Yeah, you were in here either Bernie yelling at you or you yelling at Bernie. I don't know what.
Bernie was yelling at me because of
okay.
another company that we know of. Everybody tries to mimic what we do, and when he got there, he looked around and says, "What is this place? There's nothing here. There's nothing to sell. There's nothing to do. You have production going on." So he comes in. He says, "Every time I come in here, you do another production." Well, that's
Always
what
another
a production
production.
house does.
Always another. Zachary comes in. We're talking about sound. He says, "I bet all these canvases are good for soundproofing." I said, "It could be. You never know."
It doesn't matter, Zachary.
Shorty.
You are on the right path.
I like
Say it
Zachary
loud,
already.
baby. 'Cause
His mom is the 8th dawn.
8th,
How many do we know? 7?
7.
8. How you like that?
Wow, it's a very popular name.
It was a popular name for my generation.
What's your generation?
Younger than you. When I grew up, there were 3 dawns on my street. It must have been a thing.
Morning, noon, and dawn.
Must have been a thing. Anyone see the Barbie movie?
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet. So apparently they're all talking about it. How, you know how Barbie's shoes always come off? Well, you don't know, but your sister might. Remember her shoes always come off because her arch is like this?
That's
So
a
apparently
thing.
there's a scene in the movie where she actually walks and her feet come out of the shoes and they stay like that. You know about this scene.
That's a thing.
She said they double stuck the shoes to the floor. So when she walked, she just like elevated her feet out of the shoes. I guess they covered every yeah, see, they even know it. It's a
What
thing.
the hell are you talking about?
Josh, you know.
In the movie they did this?
It's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer.
It's like the first 15 seconds.
Apparently they ran out of pink paint.
Why?
They ran because they used all that pink paint that's available in the country for the Barbie movie. Don't you find that odd? Like, couldn't you make your own paint if you're like this big
You
production
go to Home
house?
Depot and you get
They
paint.
bought all the pink paint.
The only thing I don't like is there's 2 movies coming out on the same day, Oppenheimer and Barbie, and they're the complete opposite movies.
Tell me
You're
about
gonna-
Oppenheimer.
Wait a minute. You're going to go see Barbie?
No, I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer.
Okay, who the hell wants to see Barbie?
I
You're going to see Barbie?
don't think so. I'd rather see Oppenheimer. No, Oppenheimer's about World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
kind of.
like it.
It's about the creation of the atomic bomb.
Oh, yes, I saw the trailer. I know.
I thought Oppenheimer was going to be about Oppenheimer, the investment house. I
No,
didn't
no,
realize
no,
it was
no.
about
It's the guy who created the bomb.
The,
Do you know who-
the scientist, yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, Oppenheimer.
No, do you know who that is? Sally's granddaughter is best friends with Oppenheimer's granddaughter.
Huh?
Yeah, she knows the family.
So they're very good friends. So I kind of feel like we need to do a little zhuzhing around for movie production
Hey,
and
here we go.
all of that. How do you like that idea?
like it.
I said, Sally, why don't you have your granddaughter talk? Well, you know, they're best friends. I said, I know. She said, and the movie's coming out. I said, I know.
Bring
and,
'em in.
and there has to be a big production company behind this movie. She says, I know. What should I do? I said, call your granddaughter. I know.
Now, also coming out is dun, 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 dun,
I know. July 14th, Indiana Jones, I think. That doesn't interest you?
Mm-mm.
Really?
It never has. It never
Does
has.
Oppenheimer interest you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm waiting for Oppenheimer to come out.
When is it coming out?
July, what is
July
it?
21st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All for summer movies. So right now we're in a lull of movies.
But the other one is coming out this Friday.
Which one?
Dun, dun, dun,
I thought it was coming out the 14th.
Maybe. It's a Sunday.
I don't
before.
think anything's coming out the 4th of July because I think people go away and I think they're going to wait until.
Ain't
That's
nobody.
the best time to come out.
Ain't
That's what
nobody
I would
going
think.
away. Haven't you heard?
All-
63,000 flights canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
I didn't hear that many. I heard 2,300.
3,300 just alone yesterday.
Well, there was bad storms up north.
There is.
supposedly.
Yeah, flying into a hurricane, will ya?
They said all New York airports have been shut down, reopened. Florida airports are all
No,
on
it
delay.
goes all over the
Boston,
country.
D.C.
Colorado.
Because of the weather?
Yeah.
I think it's because of the weather. So, see?
So stay home and watch a movie.
And my son's in Marrakesh.
I'm sorry?
My son is in Marrakesh. He's
What
on
is that?
honeymoon
What
number
what is a Marrakesh?
Morocco. He flew into Lisbon. Every morning I wake up to their
Always
pictures.
woke up wanting to wake up in the desert.
He's not. Wait till you see the beautiful inlaid tiles where they are.
Oh, yes. And
Beautiful.
you look outside, you see nothing but camels.
So
and
they
desert.
flew into Portugal. Now they're in Marrakesh.
You know how hot it is in Morocco?
Hotter than here.
It's 140 degrees.
So when he left, I said to him, I hope you're taking Gatorade and hydration packets with you. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll see.
He says, I was wondering why I was walking around like a
You know,
poon.
he's worldwide traveling, and here I am, the mom saying, make sure you take hydration packets with you. Make sure you take stomach medicine with you. See, it's why I don't travel.
Is that the reason?
Because I
'Cause you can't find a bottle of Gatorade anywhere?
because my to-go bag is a lot of to-go bag.
Lord, give me strength.
Anyway, I've been watching Ted Lasso. You should rewatch it.
I'm not watching Ted Lasso. I saw that movie for the first couple of them, and they're stupid, and get stupider.
Why? I think anyone watch it? Ted Lasso. It's all about motivation and belief and inner core, all the things that
He
we
took
talk
a
about.
soccer team, and they won, but they won for all the wrong reasons.
Why is it the wrong reasons? Because they've got core and they come together as a team.
That's not really what happened. That's the bad news bears.
Why is it the wrong reason? You're grumpy.
I'm not.
Did you have breakfast?
Does
have
everybody
dinner?
does everybody in the soccer
When was the
team
last
get
time
a
you ate?
trophy?
No.
Okay, it's a good movie.
When
Then.
was the last time you ate?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
This whole grumpiness thing. You need food.
I ain't grumpy. I just
What is it?
disagree with
Reality, Josh?
I disagree with your.
Angry?
Hangry. Thank
No,
you.
no. I disagree.
When was the
with
last time
your-
you ate a meal?
Lord have mercy. When was
Thank
the last
you.
time you went to the bathroom? Same question.
It's not the same.
Not really the same
Moving
thing.
on.
Because you haven't
It's a
eaten.
morning show.
Hangry. Anyone get a hangry?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
You do. I know. When you got to go to lunch, you're like, I got to go.
Yeah.
I know he runs out of here. You get hangry?
Yeah.
You do?
Like,
you
really-
don't even eat.
No, but it's bad. Like if I can handle being like some type of hungry, like okay, like yeah, like I need to eat soon. If I go past that point, I am awful to be around. Like awful. Like I will take my hangriness out on someone else, and as soon as I eat, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm
That's why I always have a
hungry."
bag of chocolate here for emergency sustenance. Nothing does a pick me up.
A bag of chocolate. The Gatorade woman was a bag of chocolate.
I'm telling you, that's what I need. There's always like an emergency something. I found an emergency
between
piece.
the cookies and the pizza that you guys had yesterday.
There's pizza in the fridge from yesterday. There's cookies out on the.
Chicken.
There's
I come
cookies
in
out,
here, he's
too.
having pizza, chicken, and a cookie.
It's good to be them.
The cookie is it's
Oh
great
my
to
gosh.
be done.
All I can have is a tiny little bite.
Why?
I can't have it. The whole cookie itself. That's way
too
too.
rich, right?
It's way too much.
We even have cookies left. There's a whole box still left. I took it out to thaw out. Then you guys can heat them up. That was really
Cut 'em
nice,
up.
though.
Just cut them up with a knife. We got a sharp knife in there. That way you got.
I think Abraham already cut them all up into like 4 little pieces.
I almost
Alright,
need you.
alright.
Yep. You get hangry?
Yeah, for sure.
Grab a mic.
You should only.
You probably need more food because you're so tall.
I do have a high calorie.
You would.
Yeah, I think they said like 2,000.
And you don't play
200.
basketball, right?
No, I don't play any sports.
Really? Never?
I mean, I played them for fun as a kid, but like never in like a team or anything.
Weren't you like the tallest kid in your class growing up?
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of tall people that I went to school with.
Where'd
I
you
was
grow
like, I grew up in Lake Worth. I went to a high school called Santa Lucia's. I was like
Ew.
6'2" was like the normal.
They
height
growing
for most
big up
people.
in Urban Lake Worth? All the way,
pretty
all
much.
the way Urban Lake Worth.
It's funny because
There's
Florida,
no one tall in Lake Worth.
Yeah. It's funny because Florida has like big players, football players, baseball players.
I know
It's the
FAU just got to the finals for their baseball team.
Did you see LSU won 16-4 over Florida State?
Those are weird 3-game series.
I know it was like this.
Why
like
are they
this, and like
playing
this.
now?
The World
It just
Series.
finished. It was the
Oh.
the College Baseball World Series.
And Florida was again involved in the championship game, just like basketball and everything else. And again, they lose. Never the bride, always in the bride's.
But isn't it just an honor to be nominated?
It is. It's great to. I would love to be in second place in the country in any program. Love it.
There was a post that they did on ESPN saying all the Florida teams have come so close, but they have not won it this year. And all the comments are just saying it's because DeSantis has given us bad karma.
He's going after Disney again, I heard. Like, enough.
Yeah.
Leave happiness alone.
No, I think he's doing something with the IRS, and he like hired 100,000 IRS agents to go after people or
I
something.
don't know, but we need Abraham to sage the whole entire state now.
he does the whole studio last night, and then he texts me in the car. He says, my hair smells like sage.
I was smoking in my car, like, what the hell?
I was driving home with a huge head high in coffee. I'm like, what the hell is this coming from? I was like, oh, okay, I know why.
Exactly. So what happens? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have. I'm the youngest in my family. So I
How
have,
many boys?
Just one boy, one girl.
Are they taller than you?
No, I'm the tallest.
He's a boy.
They're my sister's tall though. She's 5'10", I think.
Your parents are
she's
tall,
tall.
I'm hoping.
No, my dad's 6 foot, my mom's 5'6", but we have people on my dad's side who are really tall.
Really tall.
Your daughter's tall, right? How tall is she?
5'7", yeah.
She's taller than you, anyway. Everybody in your house is a munchkin.
Everyone's taller than me, except Royce. I think she and I are about the same height.
How tall is your
I told Royce, I thought she was like 6'7", sitting in the in her wheelchair, and then she starts walking around the walkers like, oh, you're a short little thing.
I said, how tall are you? She gives me in centimeters. I said, that's not very helpful for me. And her mother says 4 foot something. I was like, oh, okay. You're taller than me too,
I am.
I think.
I'm only like 5'3".
Yeah, I'm not
you're
that tall
taller.
either.
She's 5 feet.
See that?
I'm mad at my mom because
Why?
she's my dad's 6'2", but my mom's 4'11". So it kept me at that 5'11". I couldn't go any higher than that.
5'11" is a good height.
Yeah.
I want it's a modern age thing. I can't describe it. You got to be 6 foot or above. It's
Really?
weird. It's weird.
Aaron's 5'10", and he always at least one of the five. So he'll tell
He's
people
not
he's
5'10".
5'11".
He's 5'11".
You think?
I know. Because I stood next to your son. He's an inch taller than me. I'm 5'10".
So it's
He's
like you.
5'11".
They always want to push it up an inch. I will push myself up to 5'1".
You can wear shoes and it'll make you 6'2", like him. 6'4".
So when you get hangry, what happens?
I just get like shut down. Or, like I just don't talk to anyone. I just get like in my
Get
own
quiet?
zone.
And Casey doesn't eat, so he must be hangry all the time. I don't think I ever see you eat anything.
Well, truth be told, not really. When I work, I just don't get hungry. Usually I eat when I'm done working, and then I pass out, go to sleep, and then I do it all over again.
Last week, I got to tell you. Or was it 2 weeks
When
ago?
do you eat?
All
'Cause
day long.
No, you don't.
I graze all day. I'm in the
You
fridge.
know,
I take an egg. I take a
Having
this.
an egg is not a meal. Let me tell you something about life. An egg is not a meal.
An egg is life.
An egg is not a meal. Oh, I ate dinner. An egg. That's not a meal. That's not a meal.
2 eggs is a meal.
No, it's not.
1 egg is a snack. 2 eggs is a meal.
I have like a sandwich, something of substance. Like Josh was eating yesterday. He had his pizza. He had
You
his
gotta
chicken
love the
dog.
way they eat, though. It's amazing. You used
Josh
to
says,
be
I gotta get up. Oh yeah, we're doing a production. Ugh.
I was all cozy, ready to watch my TV show while eating. So I didn't
Now they
get
watch
up.
cartoons.
I know. They get all set up in here, and then
No,
we're
no,
looking.
they watch cartoons.
It's not cartoons.
It's a
It's
cartoon.
animation.
It's animation.
It's
It's
a
not
cartoon.
cartoon.
Back in the day, it was a cartoon.
Cartoons are Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Wacky Races. That's cartoons.
No, those are good cartoons. The thing you guys watch, they don't even cartoonish. They're sort of like Japanese. They'll go like this, and then they'll go like this, and it's like a buffer, a cut or something. What the hell is that? It has a name.
It's what I've been waiting for.
What's it called?
It's called anime because that's just Japanese animation, whatever style they have. But I'm just happy to finally be a part of it, I guess, because I've always wanted adult animation, and that's the only place to find it.
Remember, did Pokemon have that? The Pokemon cards had like an anime
Who
on it.
Framed
That's
Roger Rabbit had that.
And the Tamagotchis.
No.
What do you mean no?
Pokemon is anime because it was produced in Japan as their animation art style. But who
Who
the
Framed
hell?
Roger Rabbit was a cartoon with human beings.
That
It
was
the
animation, but
best.
that wasn't anime. It was a
That
different
was
type of.
animation. It was good American animation.
I'm trying to remember the animator's name. I can't remember. Oh, that hurts a lot. But that's different. That's just Looney
Anime-
Tune style.
animation.
It's the best.
Yeah, Pokemon
It
is
is the
a
best.
different type of character. I mean, and,
No, I
and the
get
little
it.
boy had
That's
more
that
of it.
Japanese thing, and they show it like this, and then they go like this, and they go like that. I don't like that. I like cartoon movement.
You know, a toy's coming back out again. Speaking of revival, the Furby.
Ugh.
Apparently, the Furby
I used to
is
burn them.
yes.
I don't. Yeah.
The Furbies are back out as culture toys. I don't know
Ugh.
why anyone wants a Furby. They were just
Ugh.
annoying when my kids had them because all they do is talk in the middle of the night. It's like they're possessed.
Now, have you guys ever heard of the cartoon Gigantor? Gigantor. You remember this?
No.
All right. You remember Mach 5 Speed Racer?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Speed Racer and Gigantor came out at the same time. I want you to look up Gigantor because I think it was anime, if I can remember correctly. I hated it because it used to cut, like anime. It wasn't like
Yeah, but that's
cartoon.
your 80s like very cheap animation. They
First
don't have a
of
lot
all,
of
if it
funding
wasn't for that, you wouldn't have what you have today.
No, I understand.
They opened the door.
No, I understand.
Adults were watching Gigantor.
She's tired.
Just the one.
You remember Iron Man? Iron Man the movie.
Transformers.
No,
yeah.
no, Iron Man. Iron Man back in the day was a cartoon that they brought forward.
I think they've done
I
that with
know.
a
They
lot
try
of.
to they try to bring everything to life.
Yes, but back in the day there were cartoons. The anime
Before
started
that, it was
around
a
Pokemon.
comic book.
Yes, it was a comic book.
Anime started in the 80s with Astro Boy. Sorry. The
Astro
anime-
Boy, remember that?
That was a Japanese animation. That was, I think, it was early 80s or late 70s that started.
Now you guys go to school. You know what started all that anime stuff?
It was they had like rotary stop motion stuff.
It was Godzilla. Godzilla came out of Japan, and Godzilla was a hit. And we had King Kong in America. So King Kong versus Godzilla became the two companies fighting with
Who
one
would
another.
win, King Kong or Godzilla? Godzilla, I think.
No, neither one
Definitely
won.
Godzilla.
Definitely.
If they ever put them together, who would win?
No, they
Godzilla.
did that. Godzilla.
Yeah, and they
beat-
made King Kong like 5 times the original size of himself for whatever
Correct.
reason.
And did you see the King Kong the movie, the first one? There was a hydraulic monkey, and he was leaking fluid all over him. So what they did was they wet him all up, so it looked like he was sweating. It was the most hilarious. But there's a lot of history. Godzilla was what started people going to Japan to doing what you like.
The
yeah.
original sci-fi creature films are absolutely beautiful, just because they look so cheesy, but they're I don't know. They're just
Dracula.
Like
You ever seen the original Dracula?
Or the
Norse
Frankenstein?
too.
It was horrible.
But how about Mel Brooks? You guys know the old classic Mel Brooks movies?
Blazing,
Saddles.
Yeah.
My
I
brother
mean, I
loved
think
that
they
movie.
took some of the classics that were so cheesy and made them cheesier.
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That
Love
was
Spaceballs.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
That's where Tesla, they got on the Model X, I think, they have like 5 different speed modes. And the fastest one they have is called Ludicrous Speed because of
You're
Spaceballs.
Spaceball.
You never know
You
what
ever
a
see
movie can do.
Spaceball? You did? You went to a movie?
You
You?
used to have to always go to the movies. Anyone you guys remember Blockbuster? Childhood memories?
Yeah.
What's your memory of Blockbuster?
You had to rewind the tape. It only cost you
What's-
$1.
Everyone has a different memory of Blockbuster.
Just going there and getting like 3 movies for the week. That's about it.
You never rewind the tape?
No,
They
because
charge
they're
you
all
$1.
DVDs.
Oh, they,
Oh, he's young. They had DVDs.
I had
what
I
was
wasn't
it,
there.
8-track.
I have VHSs, but I don't think I've ever rented out a VHS from there.
I remember the
Mr. Bling.
VHSs. Anyone else? Blockbuster?
I know of it, but like I never visited one.
Yeah, me neither.
They only have one
Really?
left. They have the original one. It's a palace, I think, in Utah or something. It's beautiful.
Casey?
Blockbuster was like my second home. Like every time the school week was over, my mom would always take me over there and then at least rent out a movie for a week or so. Or if I really liked this movie and we had enough money, I would get it. It was my favorite thing at the time because it was like the whole thing was like an experience, you know. Nowadays you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got all these like streaming platforms, and it's cool watching a movie, but to actually physically go somewhere to get it, I don't know what it is. Call it cheesy, call it corny. It just felt more rewarding, and I missed that
Do
feeling.
you like going to the movies with that concept?
I love going to the movies when I get the chance. Like the Indiana Jones movie comes out this Friday, and I'm watching it.
Oh, it does.
Can't wait.
I'll give you 2 tickets to go watch it at the movies of Del Rey. How's that?
Is it going to be there?
Yeah. See, the
What was the
movie
amount of time you spent in Blockbuster with your kids?
with my kids, I didn't spend any time. It was when I was growing up. I didn't. My kids.
You had
didn't-
you didn't have Blockbuster growing up.
Yes, I did.
I didn't have
Right down the
Blockbuster
corner.
growing up. I took the kids to Blockbuster,
I'm only 5 years older than you. You make it sound like I'm an
but I
eternity.
didn't have it, and you did.
I had it. You didn't. Maybe you didn't have it here, but I had it,
It
in
would
New
take
York.
hours to go in to pick out a movie or two because everyone wants this one and that one, and sometimes you'd walk out with no movies, sometimes you walk out with 5 movies, and yes, you have to rewind them.
My kids
And the
used to go
VHS
there
machine.
to rent video games.
And
I
that
remember
too.
that.
Did you
but-
ever think Blockbuster would go out of business?
No, but
Never.
what's happening is the movie
Never.
industry has to change their ways because people are staying home. Because Hulu, Netflix, movies that I saw that were trailers are now on HBO.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to go to the movies, right?
But I never thought Blockbuster would close. I mean, it's an icon, staple, everything. On every corner, there was a gigantic Blockbuster. They
Gigantic.
all closed.
Now what's happening is we're using the movie theaters to do concerts, to do other things that you can go to. This is why July 21st with JC Dreesen, come on down. And she called me yesterday. She says, what are you planning on doing in the lobby? I said, JC, you just worry about singing. And let me worry about the other stuff, because we haven't even sat down on that platform yet. Well, it's only 30 days away. I says, I know, so what? Give me a chance. Today's shoot at Sarah Spiritual is vital, because that's the one that opens the door to everything else. So as soon as I get that done, then I'll sit down with the team. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, about what to do in the... But you have to make these things attractive. If I own a movie theater, I bring in some machines, machinas, like Astroland and rides and stuff. Because you got to get people to come in to the movie theater. They're not coming. Why should you? I go to the movie theater and everybody's older than me, because they remember when.
The old movies. You got stats on Blockbuster? You were looking something up.
No, because he reminded me of renting video games. I don't remember video games there, but I remember a specific commercial for GameFly. That's what I wanted to look up, because that was like the biggest rental of video games things.
Do you guys remember the Atari?
Atari?
Yeah.
Atari? The Atari.
The
with,
black and white?
with the,
That's
the
Pong.
tennis? The tennis.
That's
Pong.
Yeah, Pong. Or we call it tennis. You
We
remember
called it
that
Atari,
game?
right?
That was the very first game I've ever bought.
And it was so slow. It's like bing, bing,
No, you can speed it up.
bing. Yes, then you go bing, 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 bing,
Yeah.
bing. Yes, that was the extent of it. And then we had
Pac-Man
Pac-Man,
came down
right?
later.
And then Pac-Man.
Donkey Kong came down later.
Do they still have I know the big arcade, the Silver Ball Museum, Pinball Museum. Do they have other arcades around town?
Yeah, you could buy your own arcades for home now.
Oh, yeah.
You never have to leave, really?
I go to the Doc's house, the music video. He has like Mortal Kombat, Tekken 5, just all these arcade games.
And his computer?
No.
The full games.
Full arcade, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're called, but they
Or
got
the
the
machine
joysticks,
itself?
the whole machine. Yeah.
You have them at home too?
Yeah, I have one. I made myself.
You made it yourself.
Huh?
hmm
How'd you do that?
I bought. They're called arcade one-ups. They basically are just like wooden, like smaller. I think they're 3/4 quarter. And then I just built a computer, set it up to run an arcade machine, and it has like thousands of arcade machine games from like the 90s and early 2000s.
I just built could you build one for here?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You built a
He
pinball?
just built a computer.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
And he just put thousands of games
It's
on it.
the same
Just like
computer that
nothing.
like runs this.
I wanted to bring in. I wanted to bring it in. She told me no with the pinball. You remember the movie Pinball Wizard?
Yeah, but this is like a
Pinball
box
wizard.
that stands up. Pinball, we can put pinball, you just can't put a pool table.
But the problem is we got to take the sound off, because the sound would drive everybody batty.
It's like $20 for the cabinet. You just need to drill the holes in and stuff like that.
How
but,
big is it?
Maybe it's like this high.
how
you can get
how
a
long?
standard.
4 feet? 3 feet?
Standard, just like probably like a desk.
Can you
just like
imagine?
2
No one would
feet.
ever work. They'd be on that thing all the time.
No,
Josh
we
just
put
hits you, yeah.
we put a timer on it. Oh, they want to get a pool table. They want to get ping pong, and I said, "There's a table outside. We could put it outside. You could get an outside pool table. They sell the outside skins that you could play outside."
I can't believe you can make them at home.
Yeah, pretty
You
cheap
do
now.
computer engineering also? Apparently.
I build my computers, yeah. So, like, I know how to build computers. I usually mess with them.
Excuse-moi.
I don't even know how to back mine up to the cloud. He's building computers.
I don't even know what a cloud is. Every time they say, "Go to the cloud," I look up and say, "I don't see."
Isn't it a crazy thing? We store all our data in air. We pay for air storage. We don't even know where
There's
it
a
is.
movie about that, by the way.
Yes.
You remember the movie Tron?
Mhm.
Tron? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
All
Those are
right,
called
can somebody
showgirls,
explain
right?
to
You
me?
buy air rights,
That was a different show, yeah.
right?
But Tron, anybody want to explain to me what that movie was about? I saw it twice. I don't get it.
It was about it was a father who created an arcade machine, but the arcade machine I think like was actual like a real world that he got sucked into, and then he was like the game master of it, so he was like the god of that world, and then his son goes in to try and save him, and he gets sucked into the same one when he like.
How does it end?
I only know the new one how it ends. I don't remember the original.
How's the new one end? Everybody dies?
I think the father does, or like he gets trapped in there, and then the son escapes with like the girl that he met in there.
Then
was a
I
long
heard
time
that
ago.
he sold it to Warner Brothers or whoever made the game, and his father's still trapped in every machine or some shit. I don't know. Something like that.
I'm still stuck on the fact that he builds computers.
Gio builds computers.
I know, but
Gio doesn't want to do it anymore, but
the amazing thing to me is the people that come in here are crew members, how talented they are.
they are. And
And
the
they
world
don't
don't know it.
realize-
And the
world doesn't know.
world
I don't know if they
don't
realize
know
how
it.
talented they are.
I want to create a situation where we can sell shows to, like writing material to create other shows, because they're going to be on strike till January, February, I heard. And create new ideas without touching on the old ideas.
Without script writing or with script writing.
No, without script writing, doing it the way we do
Ad-lib.
what we do. Because I think this is the way of the future.
Tell me about Clem. How'd they like the show last night?
They loved it. I got 16 calls about this guy being on the air, including Alan Knight. If he's watching today, he's going to come by. And they were very impressed. I've known Alan, 15 years. I go, Alan, you know what I do for them. Oh, I didn't realize it got gotten so complicated. What's complicated?
Because I don't think people realize the amount of people that you and I have met over the years, and then who comes in, and it's all about networking. There was a big networking event last night that we didn't get to.
5 people called me from there. What do you mean? FaceTime me. Bernie, don't FaceTime me at 10 o'clock at night.
We didn't get there because we were here until late doing production.
I got to call a couple of them today who know us. Also, we are interviewing a star in a movie.
Are we?
Yeah, I sent you the information.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
When
you
are we
don't
doing that?
You
Yes, that
confirmed
movie.
it.
That movie, yes.
From a movie, but I'm not allowed to say it yet. We're going to do it next month, so we're going to get a little closer, and we're going to build it up a
I
little.
think we know him. I think we've met him before.
He was on Six Borough, I know that, but I don't know. But I know his cousin. We know his cousin
Okay,
because we did a production for him
nice.
for almost a year and a half.
And I saw that you and I are being honored by the Women
Yes.
Empowerment Group.
Can we talk about that?
We can.
We can. It's official.
Apparently, we got the email today.
I sent it to you
This
yeah,
morning, you
last
sent it to
night.
me last night.
Did you see it?
I did. August 25th, you and I are being
Honored.
honored as leaders in the community by the Women Empowerment Network, which is amazing. We're going to send a bio.
Not
and
even a
picture,
woman, and I'm very honored.
I was thinking you're in this with me, I guess.
I
How
don't
does
know
that
why.
feel?
I feel very
Empowered?
I don't know what to feel. I can see them honoring you, and
But-
I said to her, "You don't have to honor me. Dawn is the woman. Let her be honored." And she said, "No, it's the two of you."
It's the two of us. With me comes you.
You can,
What?
You can still be a feminist. You don't have to be a
No,
woman to
it's
be a
not even
feminist.
about that. It's
But you
about
support,
encouraging
you
the
encourage
community.
women empowerment. You support
I
women
encourage.
empowerment.
I encourage children, all of them, everybody. But I just felt a little. Then I looked on their site, and there are men involved in this whole production. It's huge. I've never been.
We've
honored.
never been honored like that before.
I don't know what to do with myself.
You know the funny thing is, I'll have to show you. So Carolina says to me on Friday, she says the power of the 7-year number, our energy goes through the middle of August. Remember, and I said this to you, she says write down everything you want to happen between now and August and look at it every day to bring this to life. It's kind of like the paper towel situation that I don't know if they know about.
No.
So one of the things I wrote was to be honored by our local and national.
Here we go.
I'm going to show you. I wrote it down,
Here
and
we
sure
go.
enough, the next day this
Here we go.
happens, and I'm thinking that's the craziest thing. I'm going to write down now.
I
Yeah,
want
there's a lot of
you
things in there.
to say hit lotto because someone else plays the number. And I'm being told it's her.
Ooh.
So you give her the numbers, let her play it, and watch what happens.
All right, we're going to do it.
And if this thing happens,
Does anyone know about manifesting with paper towels?
ever heard of this?
All right, so we produced a show years ago,
Years.
Momentum Mindset Show. And they came up with this whole thing that when there's something you really want, you take a Sharpie, any color, and a big paper towel, and you write it out specifically. You got this, wow, and then whatever it is you want to bring to life. And then you put it up somewhere where you see it all the time. So we did that in our old studio. We've never done it here. I did it once here, but
Not
we ran out
we,
of room.
You and Teddy.
Me, and then Michelle, and everyone would come in for an interview, and they would write on their paper towels and manifest.
And we had a room this size. It was covered in paper towels.
Remember that movie, Something About Mind?
Yes.
And the guy has a beautiful mind, and he's all over the place. So he takes a room like this, and he puts all his ideas around it. But that was what it was. So my kids now, they know this idea.
But it never worked, though.
It always works.
It never worked, though.
100%
Dawn, it never worked.
works. My kids now do it. So Chelsea does it to manifest this job and the pay and everything she wants. And it's all coming forward. And we said, what changed between last week and this week? She says, I wrote it on the paper towel. And it's on the
God. Now you
refrigerator.
got people believing this thing. Okay.
And look, Elisa wants to do it.
I kind of do. I'd
See?
put it on my bathroom mirror. So
And that's it.
I have a really big mirror, so I could like just frame it
With
paper
confidence.
towels.
You have to write what you want with confidence.
You gotta
Big
look at
and
it every
bold.
day. It doesn't
And-
work if you don't see it every day.
And you got to believe it, and you know it's there.
And I used to sit in production, and I was looking right at that room with the paper towels, and they used to be fluttering, and she had
You
like
need a lot of tape.
5,000. And then I said, maybe the gimmick is to bring people in so they can stick
And
their
we
paper
would tape
towel.
one to the other because we ran out of room. And there was just a whole, and we always use blue tape. So it was a paper towels with blue tape. Maybe we turn the chalkboard wall into our paper towel manifestation wall. What do you
What?
think? The
No.
chalkboard wall by the coffee pot.
Yeah, I know what the
Yeah,
chocolate.
you're going to say no to everything because you haven't eaten in 2 days. So we're going to.
Can you
work
get
on
somebody
that
to
this morning.
come, like your daughter to come before she leaves to Washington and do a new chalk? It's time.
We've got graphic designers
Oh,
in the
we
house
should
that
have,
can
yeah.
do this.
We have chalk, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
I have to wash it down.
So get your paper towels, everyone. Manifest what you want. Sharpie any color that you like. I'm pretty partial to purple, but black works as well. Big paper towel and do it.
I gotta wake up to this every day. This was
Told
about
you when
6,
you get to the top of
6
the
years
mountain,
ago, 5
shine
years
your
ago.
light.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy you everywhere. You're
Shine
gonna need
your light.
batteries because you shine a lot of light.
That's what it's all about, right? If you can't be the light, you got to be somebody else's light. Give them a candle. Is that what you always told me?
Be the light to the candles.
Yeah,
what
that
it's
as
done.
well.
Yeah.
What else you guys got cooking for today? Casey, what are you working on this week?
Yeah, so as, some of you guys might know, July 21st, it's Friday, JC Dreesen concert, Moves of Del Rey. Please be there. Right now I'm in the process of making posters, some really cool ideas for the IG, so I'm working on that. And
You know the website?
yeah, I do know the website.
You want to share it with everyone?
It's they call it.
I'll help
It's
you out.
it's events.m2.
Events.amp2.tv.
My bad.
That's good.
I do have it there. I
And
just
there is
forgot.
also another site if you want to do video on demand, which will play Saturday at midday.
Okay.
If you want to buy a ticket for that, that's for the outside of Florida.
And Zach, welcome aboard.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Pleasure to have you joining us. What's your major?
So I'm majoring in film, multimedia studies, and then minoring in photography.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Hopefully working behind the scenes in a production crew, either as a video editor or graphic designer in After Effects, just working behind the scenes on the computer.
He looks like a director to me.
We're taking out the word hopefully. We're giving you a paper towel and you're going to
That's what I did.
write it out.
And
We're
it
there,
begins.
just like the grant.
And it begins.
We're going to do a paper towel for the grant.
Oh, I
I got
heard
a
you
new one
guys
to work
submitted
on.
a grant.
Did you
Congratulations.
get confirmation, by the way?
I did. I put your email in, so
I didn't
something
get
should have
anything.
got sent to you.
Don't put her email. I've noticed that she never reads her emails.
I've got
You have like 3,400.
1,000.
Yeah, so I have to send her emails that I want her to read. It says, read this. Because she doesn't go through all of them.
I go through, I skim, and then I think, I'm going to answer them. So I got 34,000 on one account. I'm just going to have to delete. And I set up new accounts all the time because then it gets spammed all the time. Paper towel and grants, I got a new one to apply to. So much so that the company, I called and I left them a message, and they called me back. They said, we don't know about this grant anywhere in our office. How did you hear about it? I said, you sent me an email. And they said, can you send it back to us? Because we don't know what you're talking about. But then they said, oh, we've got some other grants that I told you about, so I'm going to fill you guys all in on it because it's an interesting opportunity.
It's that paper towel, baby.
I'm telling you, this is the summer to bring in financial abundance.
Well, we can sure yourself use slow.
Oh, there's a positive something coming out of your mouth
You
today.
say nothing.
I got eggs for you. You can have one.
No, I don't want that. No, no.
I know you're working on a ton of stuff. You ready for tonight? Yeah. It's close to home, so that's a good thing.
I may have to put 5 chairs in your car somehow. The white one.
Put in
Yeah.
G-Mans.
white ones, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, the white one. Because she apparently sold out tonight.
Good.
35. Her place only holds 30.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna sit.
Me neither. But I said, well, my crew has to sit, Sarah. Well, chairs may be a problem. I said, you know what, I'll bring my own chairs.
Perfect. And you're working on manifesting money.
Yes. Between that and social media, and if this first baseball thingy that I made is good enough, then hopefully more of those.
Well, Josh, I'll fill you up real quick. Now, the other thing is that starting tomorrow, we go to phase 2. When I met you, I was thinking about one thing. Now it's phase 2 time. Remember we talked about going to Atlantic Avenue, setting up the floor as well. We need a floor plan of what we're going to do. And maybe we use Shorty over here to highlight. I want to do a section in Spanish, maybe French, German, something.
How many
I wanna
languages
turn
do you
it around.
speak?
One.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, but I know people that speak others, like Carolina speaks Spanish. So I want to sort of move it around with the cameras. But it all depends on how tonight works out with. If we could do 2 cameras, we can do 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't know is how to switch the cameras on that box.
It's fairly simple. You just
So you don't do it on vMix, you do it on the box.
That's
Yeah.
what in the note said. Do not switch cameras on vMix.
And how do we go side to side if we need to? Can we do that, or it has to go back and forth?
No, we can. Oh, that would be a question. I
Wanna
gotta look
set it
into
up?
that one. Side by side, I don't know, but we can definitely do one screen and then like a tiny little screen in the bottom left.
Oh, picture in picture?
Yeah.
All right, we got some work to do this morning. Special
Excited.
edition of Call Me Zena today at 12 o'clock, so check it out if you're in the area. Special 4th of July episode right here at the studio today. And then we've got Wisdom Cafe wrapping up their season. So more to come. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Stay cool. Get your hydration packets, even in Marrakesh.
Buy your tickets for July 21st, and we'll see you later. Don't be late.
Bye-bye. Good morning.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.